Then you have this other couple. You see, they're together. They were really tight, but then they separate. But they're still on the bottom, they're still growing together. They're still growing together, which is awesome, you see? So I get this couple, they're doing the right thing. They're separating, but they're still working together to raise something, to grow, to be better as a human being. And maybe if they have kids, they want them to be better, regardless if they don't love each other the same way they did before. But see, they're growing together, kind of close, but separately and independently. You see, they're growing together separately and independently, but they're growing together. And you see this one? They're still married. They're very together. Do you see how together they are? They're very together. They're almost like one. 3 now, right now. They're still individuals, you see, because they're separate, you know. They were apart at one time. Then little by little they go apart, they go together, go apart, they go together, but it's still working together. They're doing all they can to be better. That's what I'm saying. For you kids and maybe grown-ups, when you quit or separate from your significant other, or your wife, or your husband, or whatever, think that if you got kids, both of you have to grow together, because at least they want to see their kids there. They're like saying, oh, mom and dad, they don't love each other the same way, but they're together and working as a team for us. And then they will be like, okay, so now this is the right thing to do. But grow together. Grow together. If you're married, grow together. Don't stop being who you are, like you see in the bottom, but grow together. See what came about of that. And if you're divorced or separate, for whatever the reason is, nobody cares. The only thing you have to be happy and do is work together. And especially if you have kids, grow together. Kind of separately and individually, but they're growing together. And when you divorce, grow together. You have another family and another things to take care of, but when you have kids, you get married and you have kids and you divorce, life is not about you anymore. You have kids. You have to grow together. Even though they're divorced and separated, grow together. Because your responsibility is to make those kids a better human being. Make them feel special. Make them think differently. Remember, maybe you didn't get divorced and your family are, you as a grown-up, as a couple, maybe your parents never got divorced in your whole life. They were stay there for your whole life together. So you don't know how it's like to be a kid where the parents got divorced. You don't know that. You don't know what it's like. You don't know nothing. The only thing that you know is that you no longer want to be together with that person, and that's okay. But you have to understand, as a couple, that maybe if that is your case, that your parents were together all their life and never got divorced in their whole life, and they were married forever, and they're still married forever. Remember, you don't know what it's like to be a kid or a son or a daughter with parents that got divorced. So you don't know that. You don't have an idea, you don't have a clue, you don't know what it's like. So you have to understand that. You have to understand what it's like for your parents to split up and divorce. And maybe you won't never understand it, because maybe in your mind that the only thing that you have is, I don't want to be with that person, for regardless the reason it is, and that's all you care about, and that's okay. Because you shouldn't be in a relationship that is not good for you, because that also will be bad for your kids. But remember, parents, you don't know if your parents never got divorced and never got separated and they've been married all their life. You don't have a slight, not even a hint of a clue what it's like for a kid to be like that. So you have to understand that, because they're your kids. You have fun making it. I know that I did have fun making mine. But remember that. Parents, be responsible. If you're divorced, grow together. Even though that you're divorced and you no longer love each other as a couple, grow together, because something came out of that. Be responsible. Show your kids how it is to be responsible. Not just be like, oh, I don't want that person and whatever. Because you don't know what it's like. And you will never know. Because some of the parents that got divorced, some of the family, their dads and their moms are still together. They're still married, happily married. And they're going to be forever. And they will never get separated or divorced. And because of that, you don't have a clue. And because you don't have a clue, you have to be responsible on that matter. See what is going on, how they think, how their minds work. Because a kid or a son or a daughter of parents that got divorced, their minds are completely different. It's a whole new wiring system. If you say the computer, it's not even Linux. It's not even Windows 10. It's not even Windows whatever. It's a completely operating differently and separately, and sometimes weird operating system that they have in their minds, in their hearts, and in their souls, because they think completely different than you. Remember, when you have kids, even when you have divorce, your life is not about you anymore. You have to be responsible. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, that'll be bad for your kids too. That your kids will do the same silliness, that they don't take care of themselves, because their parents or the mom and the dads sacrifice so much that they didn't show their families and their kids how to take care of themselves. So remember, be responsible as a parent. If you're married, keep working on it. It might work, I think. I don't know. I have grandparents that were both being together forever. That might work. I don't know. But I'm saying, if you are married, be individuals, have their own thinking, but remember, be together and work together. Be individual, live your life, but you have to be together and grow together. And if you're divorced, grow together. That will help a lot. Grow together. If you have family, if your families are like, if you have a son or a daughter or whatever, work together as a family. And if you got divorced, work as a unit. Remember, look at yourselves and see that maybe if it is your case that your dad and your mom, they're still together and you got divorced as a parent, remember, you don't know what it's like for a son or a daughter, how they think, how they view the world, how they view people, how they view the social interaction thing when their parents got divorced. It's kind of like all of a sudden you're running Windows or XP or Linux or whatever, and then all of a sudden you have to rewire your brain, rewire your heart, your soul, and your feelings in order to cope, in order to understand, in order to run your life. So remember, if your parents are together and you got divorced and you have kids, remember, you don't know jack and how your kids are feeling and thinking and reacting and how their set of mind, because they're different. They're not like yours and they will never be like yours. They might be a little bit, but not that much similar as yours. So that's what I'm saying. If you are divorced or separated, grow together. Be divorced, that's okay. But that's not good to be with someone that you don't love. That will set up a big, huge family size bad example for your kids to be together if you don't love each other, and that's okay. But if you're divorced, work together, work things out, because life is not about you. Understand? Life is not about you, and it will never be. Even if you're married, life is not about you. It's about helping others and being nice and try to make this planet a little bit better to make sense. But remember, if you are divorced, grow together. Grow together. Separately, but together. And if you're married, be individuals, be who you are. Don't stay true of what you are. Be yourself, but be together and grow together. Reach for the sun, reach for the sky. Remember, it's not always, I will never be always about you. It's about your kids if you have kids. If you get married, you have kids. And you have to be a good couple if you're still married. So you can give it a good sample to your kids how to enter into a relationship and make it work somehow. And if you're divorced, be considerate of your kids. And how you can do that? Understand them. Keep working on being better together as a person together. Because even though you're not married, you're a team for your kids, if you have kids. And remember, if your family members are still married, your mother and your dad is still married, but you still got divorced, your kids will never, ever be wired the same way that you were wired. That your brain is not, and your heart and your soul is not working the same way. It will never happen. Okay? Just to let you know that. Always, always, if you are divorced or married, grow together. And especially if you have kids. Especially if you have kids. Grow together, you see? Different couples, different situations. And if they had kids, they need to grow together. Because they're a team. You see? They're working together. And if your parents had been like this all the time, and you got divorced, you don't know what it's like to be like this. And you never might understand it. And that's okay. But work it out for your kids and see what they think and see how they react to things and see how they view the world and see how they view you and see how they view their relationships and stuff. Okay? Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your 24/7. That your 365 is the way you think this should be going. And grow together as a person and be nice to each other and love each other, understand each other. And I keep saying, if you're married and you got divorced and you have kids, work together as a team. Make it work somehow. And your kids, they're not thinking and they're not reacting the same way that you're doing it. If your mom and your dad are still together by the time that you got divorced, they will never think the same way. They might not view the same way that you view the world. They might have a more realistic way to see the world. They're not as naive as you were when you were the age of your kids when you got divorced. They're not that naive. They see reality much harder and different than you. Some of them, they're no longer living in a cartoon, even though they're looking for a cartoon to have fun with. Be responsible with your kids. Be nice with your kids. Don't stop the discipline, because they need discipline. Especially when they're like in that situation that I know it's of your fault. Somehow you don't love each other, whatever the reason is. But remember, they feel like, okay, you bring me all that, so I have to deal with that somehow. But remember, kids that their parents got divorced, they think, they react, they are wired, they have a different operating system than you. And if your parents are still together, you don't understand what it's like. If you have your mom and your dad still together and you still have they got divorced and separated, you don't have a clue what it's like. So cut some slacks and be responsible parent. Don't stop the discipline. Don't stop the love. And understand that regardless of the situation, still married or divorced, work together for your kids. Love your kids and understand them. Okay? You see? Married, divorced, but growing together. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice 24/7. I hope your 365 is the way you want it. And this is Historic saying, have a nice 24/7. Bye. Hello, this is the Zorak saying hello to my universe, our universe, everyone else's universe. Zorak Universe 77, that you hope your 365 is on the works, that your 24/7 is working on it, and you're getting better every day. I just wanted to show you something. You see? You see this pair of trees? See how they are? Cool, huh? But look at this one. They're also together, but there's a little bit of separation in between them. But they're working together to grow and to be better. 24/7, 365 days. You see? And this one, the beginning they were not that together, but then they'll be together, and now they're like together forever and ever, are growing to be better and to love each other and all that. For what it comes to be is this guy. See? For example, the guy that I show you, this one. It's kind of like a married couple. They're working together, they love each other, and they're still together. And they work to do something better, which is awesome. You see? You see? They're growing together. They're growing together. Awesome, huh? But then you have this other couple. Hello, this is the Zorak saying hello to my universe, our universe, everyone else's universe. Zorak Universe 77, that you hope your 365 is on the works, that your 24/7 is working on it, and you're getting better every day. I just wanted to show you something. You see? You see this pair of trees? See how they are? Cool, huh? But look at this one. They're also together, but there's a little bit of separation in between them. But they're working together to grow and to be better. 24/7, 365 days. You see? And this one, the beginning they were not that together, but then they'll be together, and now they're like together forever and ever, are growing to be better and to love each other and all that. For what it comes to be is this guy. See? For example, the guy that I show you, this one. It's kind of like a married couple. They're working together, they love each other, and they're still together. And they work to do something better, which is awesome. You see? You see? They're growing together. They're growing together. Awesome, huh? But then you have this other couple